I did hear that you are quite the musician.
I do play some instruments.
What do you play?
I play the piano and the guitar, and I could probably fake the drums.
Really? You can fake the drums a little
I couldn't
bit?
actually play with a band, but if there was a drum set, I might be able to trick you into thinking I could play. Yeah.
That's how you do it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Have you always been musically inclined, or is it something that you was kind of self-taught? And...
Piano was a big thing in our house. We had a piano in our house. My mother played, so I grew up playing that. Guitar happened later. I moved to L.A., and all my buddies played, and I was like, you know what, I got to learn this thing.
You have to kind of play guitar for street cred in L.A.
That's right. That's right.
Kind of have to.
Well, at the end of the night, a guy pulls out the guitar, guess what? He wins.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I gotta learn this thing.
No matter what.
I gotta figure this thing out.
Yeah, exactly. I was just talking to Haley, and she says you also do a mean tap dance.
I do tap dance, yeah.
Where did that come from?
My mother, she's killing me. Yeah, we grew up tap dancing in my house. My mother was a dancer for a long time, and we had a tap floor in our basement. So all my brothers and sisters and I got tap lessons growing up.
So you guys could have gone on the road.
Yeah, we were the Von Trapps. Really, it was bad.
Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
This is really exciting, really exciting. I mean, this is a huge undertaking, I think, because of what Captain America represents for all of the fans and for so long.
Sure.
Did you feel that pressure?
Yeah, I feel it right now. Yeah, of course. I mean, that was part of the apprehension about jumping on board to a movie like this. There are just such high expectations, and it's always nice. It's a big gamble. It's one of those things where you say, listen, do I want to do something that if it wins big?
Right.
But if it loses big. That's a scary thing to try and tackle.
Well, when I was talking to the director, he said that they really wanted you to do it, and you weren't sure that you wanted to.
No, yeah.
It was for that reason?
There was multiple reasons. One was the commitment. Initially, it was a 6-picture deal, and you think, God, 6 movies, they could spread that out over 10 years, and do I really want to be doing this in 10 years? If all of a sudden, if my passion shifts, if all of a sudden maybe I don't want to make movies anymore, maybe I want to try something else, too bad. And that was daunting. And then just a big piece of the puzzle for me was just kind of like a potential lifestyle change. I've made movies for a while, but I've been able to find a nice happy medium of making films, but living a pretty normal life. My anonymity is intact. I can go anywhere. I can catch a ball game. Maybe there's someone who says hello, but it's not to the point where it prevents me from leaving the house. It was kind of like making a decision that you can't get out of before you know the outcome, and it was just a scary thing. And then, like I said, I was pretty happy with the way my life was going. Yeah. And I just thought, you know what, I don't think I really want that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm fine where I am.
Huh. I will say, I thought the costume was dope. Like, there was no leotard to it. There was no, spandex. I was like, that looks pretty badass.
Yeah, it had a very, utilitarian feel to it. It felt like it had a function, which was nice. It didn't seem, you are dressing up in a costume every day, so it's easy to feel silly. But this always felt like, I might wear this in war. This actually might serve a purpose.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the fact that it was also a period piece?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've always liked period movies. That's fun. I mean, just for the kid in me, it's when you're an actor, essentially, let's not overcomplicate things. It's grown up make believe. You come to set and you play pretend. And it's always going to lend itself to the performance when you have a tangible world to play off of. And you step on a set, and every single car and building and sign and article of clothing is 1940s. You're like, man, this is fun.
Yeah.
You start wanting to say things like swell and fella, and it gets inside you. It's great.
Now, when you go back to Boston, you're like, hey, that was swell, fella.
She's got some moxie. Yeah.
How do the boys back home react to that?
No, my buddies give me a lot of grief. They think I'm like the worst actor on the planet.
And they're going to tell you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. My buddies, they can't believe that I'm an actor. They don't know who I paid off. Yeah.
How exactly did it work, the small guy to the big Captain America? Like, how did that exactly work? We're trying to figure it out. We're like,
sure.
CGI
The skinny stuff is CGI.
Okay.
The small stuff, yeah. Initially, they talked about putting my head on a smaller actor's body, and I wasn't too excited about that. I thought the beginning part of the movie is when you want to identify with the character,
right.
And I didn't want to share that part of the performance. So they ended up coming up with a method of shrinking me down, which is great. It was just time consuming. So it just required multiple takes with different green screen backgrounds. So days when we shot skinny stuff, it just extended the days by hours. Yeah.
But then the Captain America stuff, that was all you.
That was me.
That was all you. That was 4 months of hard work from what I understand.
Yeah.
What did you do to get in that shape, and is it the best shape of your life that you've ever been in?
Easily the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
Easily. There's not even a question. I've never worked with a trainer before. They sent over a trainer from London. I was in Boston working on a film, and they sent a trainer over, and we did about 2 hours every day. And it was brutal. It wasn't just the workouts. Oddly enough, the most difficult challenge was the eating.
Yeah.
You have to constantly eat just to gain mass. I'm a pretty skinny guy naturally. So just to gain that size, you just always have to be taking in protein. And I've said earlier, it's not like I'm eating, comfort food like fried chicken. I mean, I'm eating just like, bland, naked pieces of meat. Ugh. And you get to the point where you're so full, you can't even think about eating another piece of food, and that's exactly when you have to.
And then you have to eat some more.
Eat some more.
What's a typical day in your life? What's that like for you?
Well,
that is not like the hottest clubs in LA, and of course you do a premiere over here. What's your day like?
I guess it depends where I am. Mm-hmm.
So you're in Boston.
I'm in Boston.
Back home.
Sure. Well, Boston's tricky because all my friends work in real jobs. So most of the day I'm spent with my dog, just being alone.
Isn't it confusing when you go back and you're like, wait, you work from 9 to 5?
You can't go get lunch with me right now? We can't just go walk on the pier? You have something to do at 3 o'clock? Yeah, it's not L.A. It's just a strange thing about L.A. You'll be walking the streets at 3 o'clock. You're like, why are these people not working? Who has jobs here? Boston's a different place. Boston, my family's back there. So I try to spend a lot of time with them. They all have jobs that afford them a little more freedom. So for the most part, if I can, I'll try and pinball around between siblings and parents and try and spend some time with them. I spend a lot of time with my dog. I'm a big dog guy. Big dog guy.
Tell me about him.
He's an American bulldog. He's my dude. I've had him for about 10 years now. So I kind of build my day around him.
I have interviewed many stars, and when they talk about their kids or when they talk about their significant others, they light up. You just did that when you're talking about your dog.
I know. He's like my girlfriend. He really is. We spend so much time together. I don't know. I love being around him. I love dogs. I have a problem. I love dogs. And I really love my dog. He's the best.